Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. You got David and Jose Benavidez. They're going to be fighting on the same fight card this Saturday. Jose takes on Jamal Charlo, which it's a very difficult fight for Jose. It doesn't matter what kind of preparation he's done, the fact that he's working with Heredia. I just think Jamal, although he's had his struggles with mental health, I think Jamal is just going to be, too much for Jose Benavidez. Then you have David Benavidez, who's fighting an extremely tough fight against Demetrius Andrade. Now that fight I think is a 50-50, but I have a feeling this is going to be the fight where both of them are gonna elevate themselves, but one person is going to be able to elevate a little bit more than the other and go on to get the victory. I don't know whether it's going to be a stoppage, whether it's going to be a decision, but you got David Benavidez who's working with Heredia. You got Demetrius Andrade who's working with Victor Conti. I talk a lot about that. I joke about these pharmaceutical geniuses a lot. But to be serious, the pharmaceutical geniuses bring a lot to the table. Just their understanding of supplementation and drugs, the legal ones, okay? They can put together what I call the cocktail, a legal one, that can really help these fighters achieve an optimal performance. Now that being said, the fact that Jose Benavidez is fighting before David, I just think that spells problem, especially if he gets knocked out cold by Jamal Charlo. And you may say, no, they're professionals, it shouldn't be an issue. Well, I'm going to tell you this. When Terrence Crawford knocked out Jose Benavidez, David Benavidez was in the crowd, and someone ran up him to interview him, and they asked him what I thought was a stupid question. I would have became irritated too. He asked him, kind of, how are you feeling after seeing your brother get knocked out? I get it. These guys have to ask their questions and get their interviews. And David Benavidez just kind of looked at him and like, how would you feel? But it was more like David Benavidez was ready to slap the guy. And when I think about that, taking into consideration this coming Saturday, the strong possibility that Jose Benavidez gets stopped. And knowing that when he got stopped by Crawford, it affected David Benavidez, and David Benavidez wasn't even fighting. I am telling you that David Benavidez is going to struggle getting in that ring with Demetrius Andrade because that's on his mind, seeing his big brother, who he looks up to, get tranquilized by one of the lions out of the Lions Only den. And a lion that's had mental health struggles. Now you may say, nah, they're professionals, Hood. I think you're looking too deep into this. I don't know, man. Look, when Jamel and Jamal, they fought on the same fight card all the time. All the time. And they were winning. And when one win, you see the other one come into the ring with that kind of energy and that find a way to win energy, right? And there's no need to hold my horses. I'm not taking it to the stupid. It's a fact. But when Jamel went in there and fought Tony Harrison, and they robbed him, I believe they robbed him. It's my opinion. You can disagree. I don't need nobody getting out here talking about, screw you, Hood Champion, he wasn't robbed. Nah, screw you, subscriber. I feel he was robbed. But that doesn't matter. You look at what happened when Jamal went into his fight. He didn't know he was lost. He lost that fight. They gave him the win. But the wrong brother got the loss and the wrong brother got the win. But it affected him. And everybody was talking about it's that twin energy. The twins, they say one feel, the other one feel. And I look, I don't know about all that, right? I'm not an expert in that field. I don't know a damn thing about the relationship between twins and the emotional bond they have. I don't know. I have 3 brothers. So I know how I would feel. You know what I mean? But what I will tell you is, if it affected Jamal, right? And then you got to take a look at the Klitschko's, right? When Vladimir got the hell beat out of him by Corey Sanders. Vitaly wanted to rush over there and beat the shit out of Corey Sanders. You could see he couldn't control himself. He was angry, boy. My little brother just got his ass beaten here. knocked out. Vitaly wanted to get in that ring, but he understood it was a sport. But he was so pissed off, he said he fought him. And he beat the shit out of Corey Sanders. So when you look at how Jamal responded to seeing Jamel lose, you see how Vitaly responded. Like, yo, you know, it ain't easy to hold back no Vitaly Klitschko. That 6'9" Ukrainian ain't no joke. Dr. Iron Fist. He came out there and had to put his hands on Corey Sanders. Then you look at the Russell brothers. Let me tell you something. That affects these guys. Even although y'all may think these guys are cornballers, Jake and Logan Paul. Look when Logan Paul lost to KSI. Jake Paul was backstage crying. I love you, dude. I did kill him. Kill him. People laughed at Jake Paul. I mean, I laughed too. Jake Paul took it to the stupid, but I understood because that's his brother, man. Like I said, I have 3 of them. I understand. But goddamn, it ain't like Logan Paul got shot. He just lost a decision. But whatever. But that being said, I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to be an issue because Jose Benavidez and David Benavidez, you talk about who's emotional, right? Who's the most emotional out of Jose and David? Well, no doubt, it's Jose. But you want to know who's more emotional than Jose? It's the father. If Jose goes in there and gets tranquilized by Jamal Charlo, the father's going to go crazy. Ah, Jose, you shouldn't do the job. You shouldn't do the job. And now he's got to go with a cloudy mind and go in there with David Benavidez. I'll be honest with you, I like David Benavidez. I like him. You could tell, man, he's a genuine, good-hearted guy. He doesn't have no anger in him. He's not like that. He could tell that he grew up, probably had a little bit rougher being the chubby kid, the younger brother. Jose was out there, you know, making him fight people, and you could tell he's not like that, man. He'll fight you, he'll whip your ass, but he's not confrontational. He's not like that. He has a lot of good in him. That's why I like him, and that's why I don't like the fact that this fight card has been set up. At least put them two in with guys that you know they can beat. You know they're gonna destroy. You know what I'm saying? Put them in there and highlight them like that. But I get it. It's the end of the year, Showtime, out of business, trying to put on the best fight cards. It's an opportunity for Jose and Jamel coming back. We don't want him in there with a killer like Adames. We got it trying to make it a win-win and balance out the fights. And I understand. I get it. But I just think with the father, Jose Benavidez Sr., I think he's going to carry that energy into his fight with David Benavidez. And I just think that's not going to work. Now, they're professionals. They've been doing this for a while. He's dealt with his sons, well, with Jose losing before. But I just think when you have a fight card like this and all the attention on the Benavidez, the family, first time I seen them really cover both brothers at the same time, and the father at the lake, he's apologizing for not showing them love. He was trying to make them tough, didn't want them to be weak. He's out there crying, tongue hanging out his mouth, wrapped around his head, dragging across his scalp. I just think they would like for this fight card to end and definitely culminate in 2 of the biggest wins in both of the sons' careers. But I'm telling you right now, if it doesn't work out that way, then Jose Benavidez, he's going to be the one who's going to start it off. If he loses, not just by decision, but gets tranquilized, I am telling you that's going to affect the father, and that's going to affect David, and that gives Andrade a huge advantage going into that fight. He shouldn't get overconfident, just go in there and do his thing, because I don't care what you say. And I think whether you disagree with this video or not, you'll agree with what I'm about to tell you. It doesn't matter where you go in this world, you can't leave your mind behind. Think about stressing over something. No matter where you go, man, you take that with you because it's in your thoughts. You ever lost a loved one? You leave from that state to another state, that city to another city, from your home over there to the store. Your mind goes with you wherever you go. So, okay, with David Benavidez and his dad, if Jose loses, he can't leave his mind in the locker room. He got to bring that into the ring. And this is where we're going to find out what he's really made of. If it happens, hell, both Benavidez brothers could win in, outstanding fashion. So that being said, let's see what happens. They both going to be on the front line. There's going to be some heavy artillery being shelled. And we're going to see, man, who can dodge those bullets and remain standing. But I'm just telling you right now, man, I'm watching this storyline. And I think it all starts with that Jose Benavidez, boy. If he doesn't get off to the right start, I tell you what, it's going to be hard for David Benavidez and his dad to get the momentum needed to end up for them two to cross the finish line in first place. I just don't think it's going to happen. Jose Benavidez cannot drop the baton in this relay race. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.